Elo, elo. Witam wszystkich, tutaj Piaro z tej strony. A my widzimy się w Vampirze. Będzie krótki streamek do 19:30. Powinniśmy się wyrobić ze wszystkim. Obraz jest, wszystko śmiga. Dobra. Mamy iść do klubu Ascalon. Sytuacja się zmieniła. Trzeba używać lepszej broni. Mogę użyjemy tarczy. Dobra, tam se chłopak walczy. Dobranoc. O ty mała. Dawaj,
I have this thirst for blood.
How dare you interfere with my...
O! Dawaj. To teraz sobie damy szansę. O! Też użyłem. Okej. Wolę się uleczyć.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Christ, he's dead!
Jaki duży. Bardzo mi się to podoba. Lady Ashby.
I have this thirst for blood. I cannot enter.
Z drugiej strony.
Easy does it, boys.
Pomóż mi, a nie! O ty mały! Bardzo niedobrze, wiecie, bardzo niedobrze. Strasznie jest ciężko. Krzyżowiec. Spróbuję, ale... Zabij się! Krzyżowiec najwyżej zrobił! Robić pierwszy.
Away with you! Remember your vows, friends. Stay back, please.
Święte symbole.
We are here to step back. Are you from school? I don't care.
No to cały czas się pojawi chyba. To ja opór!
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners.
Witam.
This was mine! Filthy piece of shit!
Okej. Okej. Już ktoś chce się dobić.
The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
szybkie. Stawia opór. O nie. Nie chcę zginąć w głupi sposób. Gdzie ty jesteś? No chodź. To jest teraz jak mam całe życie, to nie chcesz, co? Aha, bo one... Super! Zapomniałem się. Żony explosion! No dobra. Trzeba nadrobić krew szybko. Skoro tam jest wampir. Gdzie? To może tak. No a tam iść. No, kurwa.
The Ascalon Club, the heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
O!
Please, sir, whether you need to buy something or not, I'm happy to help.
Tu jest ekipa. Pogadajmy trochę.
Good
O,
evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Doctor. I'm Jonathan Reed.
Welcome, Dr. Reed. Welcome to my humble shop.
O, to jest... Zdrowie, na razie. Na razie.
Do you have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died. I'm London's lone gourmet.
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and sociable fellow.
I'm afraid the real head was taken sometimes. I discovered ecstasy as a solitary pleasure, but it does not mean it can't ever be shared.
London's lone gourmet.
Dokładnie.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic, and I kept it.
Ja był młodszy.
How is the situation in this part of town?
Okolica.
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonder.
Are you not concerned about the epidemic?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
To nieprawda.
I'm afraid the newspapers are seriously underestimating the situation. Things are critical, believe me.
Well, that's news then. But I can't believe that things are that bad. Are you sure you're not exaggerating a bit? But the thrill of it?
Jakieś ciekawe wieści z okolicy?
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city. I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
Tylko jedzenie cię obchodzi?
Finding a good restaurant. Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
O Jezu. Mam specyficzny gust.
I must confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
O jać. Nie, czy nie za późno na handel?
Is it not a little too late to be trading?
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour. Believe me, my friend, it is always at night that you meet the most fascinating characters.
Czy to nie jest niebezpieczne?
But what about the epidemic? The bombs and raids? And all the random violence?
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
To jest takie myślenie. Jeśli bomba ma spaść, to spadnie. Jeśli nie, to nie. A woli pan nocne życie.
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh, I also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else. But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
Przetłumaczcie mi to, bo ja nie rozumiem.
I may have a look at your goods, Mr. Russell.
Wow. Nie to. Dobra. Okej. Gadajmy.
Goody.
Wszystko.
Goodbye, Mr. Russell. I'm sure you...
503. A ty kim jesteś, słońce?
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young econs. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
Możesz mi opowiedzieć o tej okolicy?
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Tak, urodziłem się.
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Coś ci trafi.
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste, even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich?
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
Ona chce przemiany. O adopcji.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Może?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see? And one day, I'll have my death to face.
Zawsze możemy. Hop. I nie będziesz musiała.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is econ, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
Czyli podejrzewała ją. Co mnie wiesz?
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Nie.
Of course not. You have nothing to fear from me or your mother.
Good to know. And don't worry, my mother told me everything I need to know about vampire tricks, their nature as well as features.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Co tutaj robisz?
What are you doing out here?
You mean what do I do outside at night since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Are you a suffragette then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time, even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
Jak zareagowali autochtoni, czyli autochtonem oznacza, to są śmiertelnicy inaczej.
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how aggressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
Aha, kolejne śledztwo. Okej, osobiste. To będzie dobre.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How is it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Dobra, tutaj...
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
700.
Whether you need to buy something or not, I'm happy to help.
Skrócik otwieramy. Co? Ja pierdolę. O!
Good evening, sir. May I have your attention, please?
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
Kiedy wróciłeś do Londynu?
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore. I'm involved in another kind of battle now.
Też o mnie nie myślę.
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. With the epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny, I didn't want to sound selfish.
Co to za walka, którą toczy?
What is this new battle?
I saw terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. They're everywhere. Vampires.
O. Niedobrze. O, ulotka na temat wampirów.
Clarence, why have you distributed leaflets about vampires all across the West End?
I have to warn everybody about them. They've killed thousands of people already. Unnoticed thanks to the epidemic. We are all in danger here.
Vampires in London? Come on, Clarence. Who's going to believe that?
I'm not mad, Jonathan. You have to believe me. I know they are real. They're all around us, even as we speak.
Nie bądźmy hamem.
Clarence, you've always been a reliable and a good friend to me. If you say you saw a vampire, then I believe you.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you for your trust. You don't know what that means to me.
It's all right. But if you want my help, you have to explain exactly what happened.
The first time it was in Rouen. I saw an officer drink the blood of a soldier. I saw its teeth. Saw it bite. It was a vampire, Johnny, and they're here too.
Widział posilanie się. Niedobrze. Czego się dowiedziałeś o wampirach?
Tell me what you have discovered about vampires, Clarence.
They've always been here. And if you search for long enough, you realize others know about these devils too. I'm not alone.
Mówiłeś komuś o swoich badaniach?
Have you shared your research with anybody else?
No. But I've published my leaflets all across the city, hoping that someday someone will realize I'm printing the truth.
Okej.
What do you mean you're not alone? Who have you met?
The Guard of Prewin, the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, Ichabod Throckmorton. Those names always pop up when you dig deep enough.
Have you spoken with any of them?
No. With the quarantine, it's almost impossible to leave the West End. But as a doctor, maybe you could, Johnny.
Are you asking me to help you prove the existence of vampires, Clarence?
Yes, Johnny. Please, gather all the information you can find about vampires and bring it to me. You're the only friend I have left. I need you.
Ojo. I teraz... Atak wampira.
Clarence, tell me about the vampire you saw in France.
I was enjoying my leave in Rouen. I left the bar, took a shortcut back to the barracks. I saw it in a back alley. An officer in a stained uniform, biting into a soldier's neck.
Did you ever see that officer again?
No. He wore the uniform of the Royal Warwickshire Regiment. I did some research but found no trace of him. probably stole it from a previous victim.
But you were drunk, weren't you? Are you sure these two men were not just kissing?
Please don't insult me, Johnny. I hid, and I saw him leave. Then I saw the body. Dread of all blood.
Aha.
I've seen the same marks here in London since I've returned.
Okej. Jak się mi żona?
How's your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other, and so many things have happened.
Wróciłeś mu
But
żywy.
you're alive. You returned in one piece and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you, I'm not the man I used to be.
No. Problemy?
Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
The equality between men and women. Women of all countries unite.
Ty. To jest dom! Ja pierniczę, jaka chawira.
Good evening, Avery.
Mr. Jonathan? I can't believe my own eyes. Oh, it's a miracle. We all thought you were... Oh, sir, your poor sister. What a tragedy.
I know, Avery. I know about my sister's murder.
Miss Reed expected you to return to assist with the funeral, right up until the last minute. Where have you been, Mr. Jonathan? We needed you here.
O, Jonathan zawiódł, ale to nie jego wina. No, ale zapytajmy.
How is my mother?
Not well, I'm afraid, sir. Miss Reed is very fragile since the police brought her back home.
The police? What happened?
Miss Reed was found walking in the streets. She kept saying she had spoken with her son and daughter. She's resting now.
Has she received appropriate medical care?
I'm taking care of Miss Reed myself. Hospitals are so overwhelmed by the epidemic that they can only accept patients infected by influenza.
Aha, dobrze. Czy może wyjechać z domu?
Perhaps we could arrange a short trip. Somewhere sunny, like France. She has always been very fond of France. I think leaving London could do her good.
I'm afraid Miss Reed is too frail for the moment. Recently, she started going out at night without remembering it. I have to watch her carefully.
A. U.
What is the situation in this part of town?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic. But the situation is getting much worse.
Have you no relatives anywhere? I'll understand if you want to take a few days to see family.
Your father managed to guarantee my earnings as long as I take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews. I'll stay, sir.
Okej, bratanków nie ma. Na pogrzebie Mary.
I'm sorry I could not be here for Mary's funeral.
Your mother was strong, sir. but your support would have been appreciated. Apart from the priest and I, no one else attended your sister's funeral.
To be present at the funeral with you both was my dearest wish, Avery. But I'm sorry, I simply could not attend.
I would not dare to question your absence, Mr. Jonathan. All I can say is that we missed you a great deal during these difficult days.
Wróć. To jest już wszystko. To jest pytania osobiste. O. Ale gdybym mógł, to by gdzieś wyjechał?
Tell me the truth, Avery. Do you feel forced to stay here? Would you leave this house without the arrangement made by my father?
No, sir. I have nowhere else to go. And I promised your father I'd take care of his family as long as I live.
This house is dead, Avery. There is a curse on this family. You really should consider leaving.
If only you could have been here sooner or more often. Maybe this house would not be that empty. But you're here now, sir, so my task is not over.
Zrozumiem, jeśli odejdziesz.
Considering the recent tragedies in this family, I'd understand if you want to leave or decide to serve another house.
Then I will stay. All I ask is that you take care of my own funeral if I die before the end of the epidemic. No mass grave, please, sir.
Tak.
You really think I don't take enough care of my mother, Avery?
Yes, I do, Mr. Jonathan.
You clearly have something more to say. Speak your mind, Avery.
I know you work hard to help the sick, but what will you do once the epidemic is over?
Tu jest mój dom.
My home is here, and I have nowhere else to go. But this house will need some improvements if I move here. Some radical changes.
That's good news. Whatever changes you have in mind, I'm sure we will find an arrangement that suits your mother also.
Okej. No dobra.
Goodbye, Avery. Please watch over my mother until I return.
Of course, Mr. Jonathan. But please return as soon as possible.
1920 gromadki. Górę. O nie. Co? Stary list.
It's locked, all right.
O nie.
Enter.
O,
Mother. Good evening.
Jonathan, is it you? Where have you been, my prodigal son?
I'm right here, Mother. I'm finally home.
Yes, for this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now found. But where is your sister? Where is Mary?
Mary? She is gone, Mother.
I know she's gone. The question is, when will she return as you have? I miss my grandson so much. It's been days since their last visit.
Mother, do you know what's been going on in this area?
Not really. I don't go out much due to the epidemic, and when I do, I tend to get lost.
What do you mean you get lost? I hope you don't go outside alone.
Of course not. When I go out, your father always comes with me, but he leaves me there sometimes, and I have trouble finding the way back.
Dlatego... O, Alzheimera ma. Widzi osoby, które nie żyją. O, co Mary jej zrobiła? Ja pierdzielę.
Have you returned to Whitechapel Cemetery since Mary's funeral?
I never want to go back to that awful place. Wait. I think I went back once. And you were there too. And Mary? No, that can't be true.
It was just a bad dream, Mother.
A nightmare, yes. Mary was so angry. I walked back home alone. If that kind policeman had not called Avery from the station, I don't know what would have happened.
Aha. Czuję się to niesamowite.
Tell me, Mother, how are you? All alone in this big house with only Avery to take care of you.
I'm sad most of the time. Sad that you have left me here alone. Sad that you don't tell me when you come or go.
I'm so sorry, Mother. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was coming home. I was home. London, the Thames, and then it happened.
What happened, Johnny?
Powiedz mi.
I was attacked, Mother. And I've not been the same since.
The important thing is that you finally returned home. I was worried, you know. You were the last member of the family of whom I had no news. Even Mary comes more often than you.
Goodbye, Mother. Try to rest now.
Goodbye, son. Please come back soon.
Dobra.
Aubrey, I'm not sure visiting Italy is a good idea this time of the year.
Okej. No dobra. Rozdajmy 1200. Wydajność krwi. Okej. Powiększyłem sobie. Potwierdzamy wydajność krwi. I kolejnej nocy mamy stabilnie, tu jest, dobra. Oj. Poważnie, trzeba zacząć leczyć. Stabilny. poważnie. Trzeba będzie też zacząć leczyć. Dobra. Popchnęliśmy fabułkę do przodu i jeszcze nie przedstawiliśmy się Askalonowi. Ale mamy... większą krew. O, strasznie powoli lecą te poziomki. No i dobra. I tu skończymy we własnym domu. Fajnie. Czy mogę coś tu? O ty, mordę, jeszcze chinina. Ja cię. A lekarstwa? Mam strasznie mało tej chininy. Przeziębienie. Mam. Spalenie oskrzeli. Kodeiny mam mało. I tu 15. Ja pierdzielę. Zapalenie płuc. Oj. Ale to już będziemy leczyć w następnym odcinku. Ja zatem dziękuję. Widzimy się w kolejnym odcineczku Vampyra. Mam nadzieję, że ten się podobał. Widzimy się w kolejnym. Pa, pa. Albo może, wiecie co? Jak 10 rusza seria z Hogwarts Legacy, bo to będę kupował na Steamie. Idziemy w to grać. No i ruszymy z Harrym Potterem. Będzie Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy i Vampyr. Dużo odcinków będzie. Trzymaj z tym. Pa, pa.